Hello everybody, Bob Giglio, back for another video. This one's not in my shop, it's not about woodworking, it's about motorcycle riding, and specifically this 21 Harley Davidson Heritage, which I've owned for about 3 years now. Love the bike, it's a great bike. The only one thing that bothers me about the bike is its horn. It doesn't really go, does it? It sounds like a VW Beetle horn, Roadrunner horn. It doesn't belong on this bike. So I went to my dealer, asked him if there was another horn I could buy for this bike, Harley horn, and there really wasn't. He suggested aftermarket. I went to the chat groups online, the Harley chat groups. A lot of talk about just changing out the horn to a louder, lower horn, lower tone horn. But my dealer, my parts guy, did suggest looking at the OEM horn. Sometimes they have an adjustment screw in the back of them to adjust the tone. So that's what this video is about. We're going to see if there is an adjustment screw, where the horn is located, and then what happens when you adjust it. So the horn is located right here, right underneath the steering yoke here, and you can see right here is the horn, and there are two terminals, electrical connectors, cable connectors to the horn. So you have to disconnect that, and then on the back side you'll see that there's one bolt. We have to unbolt on one nut there. You have to unscrew, and I think it'd be a pretty easy way to get it off. Okay, so here's the horn removed from the bike, and we are in luck. So turn it over. There was a plug here. It was a black silicone seal plug. So I used this dental tool to basically scrape out the silicone, and look what's behind it, a screw. So I'm pretty sure this is the adjustment screw for the tone. Old horns had these, so we're gonna try this to adjust it and see what it sounds like. So to do the adjustment, I set up the horn here. I connected it to a battery. This is the trailer battery, the same trailer battery that I used if you watch my trailer outfitting video for the LED lighting. So I just pulled that out for now. I used it as a power source, and then to make it easy, I used a starter switch here for the hot side, and now I can just test it by pushing the button like that. So we got the screw here. I put a little bit white mark here, right here where it lines up with the screw head, the slot in the screw. So I know my starting point. So I'm going to try going counterclockwise. Let's try half a turn or a quarter of a turn. See if we can notice the difference. Actually, a half a turn from that counterclockwise. Nothing. So it's not working anymore. So let's go the other way. Go back to where we were. Okay. Let's go clockwise now, half a turn. What do you think? Let's go a full turn. No, not really. Not good. So it doesn't look like we can adjust much here. So I went out to Advanced Auto, and I just bought the generic horn. So it's a low tone universal horn, as it says. So not sure of the amperage, so that's why I want to open it and check it out, and of course to see what it sounds like. So we're going to just go ahead and temporarily plug it into the harness on the bike and see what it sounds like, and if it pops any fuses or blows any fuses. Let's check it out. Okay, so here it is, just dangling. So I just clipped onto the two leads to it, and we're gonna see what it sounds like. Let's give it a go. Yeah, it's pretty low. It is a little louder than I want, but you know, I think it'd be good for the highway. So let's see if we can mount it in place without being too complicated. It doesn't really fit in the same spot. So I might have to drill this bracket, and I do want to check to make sure that it is not going to interfere with the fork turning left and right. So that's the other test I have to do. Okay, so here's the horn and some bracket they provide with it, and some electrical jumpers here, and of course the nut here. So what I did was I looked at the bike and I saw that the old bracket, I don't know if you can see it, yeah, there it is right here. This is the old bracket, and there's no way the horn is going to fit into that. So not with this this roll bar in the way. So what I found was this bolt that was further up that's kind of holding this electric module. So I don't know if you can see it, but it's way up there, right here. So I'm going to use that bolt hole. And my thinking is, so we're going to take this horn here, and it has to be placed down so the horn opening is pointing down, predominantly so. It doesn't have to be all the way down, but so the water won't get in there. And I want to project it out enough so that I clear this roll bar right here, so that it doesn't block it. I could go in a little bit like that, but I'm going to push out a little bit like that. So what I did was I figured out using just a ruler. As you can see, I took this bracket that came with it. I put a couple of marks on. So my thinking is that we're going to go ahead and put it here up into this hole, which is very difficult to see. So I'm going to put it up here like this and make these two bends where those lines are to project the horn deeper into this cavity here, this cavity, so that it goes in from the cavity, which is below or within side of this area, this mounting area where the bolt's going to be. So that's my thinking. So we're going to just go down to the shop and make a couple of bends. I figured out I needed a 15mm offset to bend it in. The center lines on these holes seem to be about right, so we're going to leave them alone for now. Okay, so I just bent it as you saw, and that's about a 15mm offset, right about 15mm. So that's good. We're going to give that a try, see what it looks like. So I put the bracket, I bolted the bracket in place just loosely, and you know, it came out pretty good. So I'm just clearing this crash bar here, and I think we're going to go with it. And it projects out nicely. I checked the forks. It doesn't hit the forks at all. So I think that's really good. Let me just show you. I will turn the forks for you. That clears them. You can see right there. And so the other way as well. You can see it clears on both sides, so that's great. It's pointed down, so any water that gets in there will drain out. Now the only detail left to do now is these leads are too short here, these original electrical connectors here. So I'm going to make up some pigtails, extensions, and go ahead and wire them in place. Okay, so to make the jumpers, I got a couple of 14 gauge oil resistant automotive wire here. So we're going to strip it back, and we're going to use in my selection of crimp-on fittings here, we're going to use a couple of these right angle insulated pins here, sockets that go right onto the horn like that. And then on the other end, the male end, we're going to use this male end to connect to the existing harness. The lead's already on the harness. Okay, so here's the horn, all set to be installed with the bracket on it and the extension leads for the wires. So we're just going to plug it into these connectors here and bolt it onto that bolt hole, and I think we're all set. Okay, so there's the horn all installed, and wired. You can see from the back side. See the connectors there. Nice job. Everything's insulated. No problem. We got full movement of the forks. There's this side from it. So let's listen to it now. See how we improve the sound of this motorcycle. So let's just put this on. Here we go. Nice. Sounds more like a car, which is it should. Well, thanks for watching. I hope this helped. For all of you that do not like their Harley stock horn on the Heritage 2021, no more Volkswagen Beetle or Roadrunner beep beep. Thanks for watching.